Roblox is sharply lower today after reporting third quarter results, beat on the top and bottom line, but warning that operating margins could decline next year. Joining us in a first on CNBC interview to break down the quarter is Roblox co-founder and CEO David Baszucki. David, thank you so much for joining us. I would love for you to give us a little more context about the operating margin. It does seem like that's what investors and analysts are a little hung up on. Why is that going to decline year over year? And do you hope that it is only a one-year phenomenon and it turns around after that?
We just came off an amazing quarter, and 70% is the magic number. So our bookings were up 70% year on year to 1.9 billion. Daily active users, I used to say 100 million daily active users. We're now going to say 150 million daily active users. And on the way we run the business, which is cash, our free cash flow was up 100% year on year to 442 million. We did give a hint that we've cumulatively grown on average over the last 2 years, 37%. We are going to spend and invest in our infrastructure to keep up with that growth. But overall, it was an amazing quarter, and we raised our guidance for Q4.
So it's the spending that's going to weigh down margins, sort of preparing for the future. Can you give us a little more detail on what you're spending on?
We continue to be optimistic about this vision of having 10% of the global gaming market run on Roblox. We announced during this quarter we passed the 3%. It's driven by amazing content on the platform. And we also, in the last month, in August, burst to over 45 million people on the platform at the same time with some games. So we do need infra to support that. That said, we spend judiciously and thoughtfully, and we invest to support our growth.
User growth among users aged 13 and older grew 89% year over year. Obviously, that's quite a big number. But it's not without some concern from parents and others. I understand there are a number of lawsuits you're actively involved with, including a new one from Kentucky about parents worried about the exposure, about the things that are said, about predators on the platform. I mean, some real life dangers that potentially could come from the platform. How do you assure parents for a 13-year-old child that wants to play that it's safe to do so on Roblox?
I want to highlight now over 150 million daily active users come to Roblox every day, and they play, they hang out with their friends when they're sick, they get interested in learning STEM, they go on to study computer science. It is an amazing responsibility. We put safety as a top priority. On Roblox, there is no sharing of images. All of our text is filtered. And we're really highlighting our commitment to really innovating in this space. We recently partnered with the Attorney General's Alliance. We announced that yesterday to really dive into what is an industry-wide issue. At the same time, on Roblox, we are very different, and we've announced what we consider will be the gold standard for safety and civility, which is knowing everyone's age on our platform, estimating that age, and using that for anyone who wants to communicate, even with the unique things we do, which is filter all communication and not allow any image sharing.